Crusader Kings 3 is a big game. There is a lot going on. Murders, diseases, our spouses, cheating on us. Each second, there is something we must take a look at. Our enemies, for example, plotting our downfall from the outside, while our vassals plot our downfall from the inside. These things preoccupy us, that there's a lot of things we forget about in the game, like teaching our own children how to be better people, or even knowing you have a child. So after thinking, I thought that I could share to you some of the few things that we are bound to forget when playing Crusader Kings 3. And I made a list of 5 things based on my experience and what I see from others. Without further ado, here are 5 things Crusader Kings 3 players forget. First on our list is our children and our grandchildren. So one thing I know that we all forget about is our other children. We focus just more on our primary heir that sometimes that we don't care about our other children to give them proper education. We just let anybody we know to teach them. We also don't care as much on if they get married or not. So sometimes when our primary heir dies, compounding all those issues, another child of ours becomes our primary heir, we would ask, why is our new heir so shit? And if they get married, we also now have a plethora of grandchildren who we don't know about, whom have terrible traits because we focus more on other things. I know we all experience this when we have a huge family and it's hard to manage, especially when you have other things to do, like focusing on your own holdings, your own vassals, watching out on what your neighboring enemies do, your primary heir, your eugenics program, the important stuff. Now, moving on to the second part of our list is our neighbors declaring war on us. Have you ever been in a situation where you see you have a neighboring country who have fewer men than you, no alliances, and so you think that it would be the easy war to have? So you declare war on them, but then get declared war yourself by another neighbor because the AI wanted to wreck your ass. You forget to check your other neighbor's army strength. Then, now you're fighting a two-front war. Well, that happens a lot of times to me, especially when I tunnel vision and don't mind my own surroundings and focus more on my goal, which is to get more land. I hope this also happens to others, or else I'm an idiot. We often forget that our neighbors also plot against us sometimes, that they have their own claims against us and will use it when we are distracted or weak. That the world is reactive and proactive, and sometimes they take that opportunities to kick us when our backs are turned. Third on our list is placing our artifacts. So Royal Court added a lot of artifacts. I really like the DLC as it added so much in giving flavor in the game and much more customization for myself. But sometimes I forget to place my own artifacts, as sometimes I already have a lot of them because they're very easy to get. Even when I commission artifacts, very expensive artifacts, out of my own money, even if it's amazing or terrible, you sometimes forget to place them in your cart because either you're busy like me, I'm busy seducing my vassal's wife or going to war or whatever. There are a lot of more things to do that pulls you away from placing those artifacts in your courts. And even if you don't, there's no pressure in not putting it. So it's one of those easy things to forget about. Fourth on our list, we have forgetting to ask money from the Pope. Basically, we sometimes forget to ask easy money from the Pope because either you play usually as a heathen, a heretic, or a sinner, of which you should be burned at the stake. Just kidding. Well, aside from us not playing as a Catholic, when you are a Catholic, usually the Pope is a stickler when giving money because you already have a ton yourself because you're a good player, or you're a sinner, or you are saving all your piety to make your own sick fetishistic religion, though not limited to Catholicism. But this also includes the Patriarch, the Coptic Pope, the Catholicos Armenian Pope. So basically, most Christian religion. Asking money from the Pope really helped me, especially in my Catholic playthroughs where I play near neighboring Muslims and get constantly declared holy war on. That money the Pope can give is really and ironically God sent. Moving on to the fifth and last one of our list finally, which is leaving our own army unattended and let them starve to death. Have you ever left your army on top of a mountain and low on supplies because you are distracted on other things? Like you are controlling another army in another front of the war. So you order the other said army to siege a distant province, a distant enemy province, but then forget about them. And now have less men than you started, they died of attrition. I know some of us, if not all of us, at one time have done this, especially when we are having multi-front wars. This is most especially evident when we become an empire and stop caring because you got too tired with micromanaging all those soldiers. If you have reached this part of the video, then that means that you really like the video. I hope you give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'm JBread and I make content on a lot of games, Fallout, Skyrim, and Crusader Kings 3. I just make videos on whatever games I like. So please like, share, and subscribe to me. It's free and won't cost you anything. That is all. See you again in my next video.